Good Thursday morning to you. For WICB News, I'm Grant Johnson. Olympic gymnasts Simone Biles and Aly Raisman were among those to tell the Senate Judiciary Committee that current and former FBI agents should be held accountable for mishandling the Bureau's investigation into Larry Nassar, the disgraced former doctor for Team USA Gymnastics. The women claim FBI agents failed to respond with, quote, seriousness and urgency required after first hearing reports about Nassar's sexual abuse in the summer of 2015. The victims are now asking for an independent investigation of the case. SpaceX launched its Inspiration 4 mission yesterday evening with NASA's facility in Florida, successfully bringing its all-citizen crew into orbit. The mission is the first private crew launched to orbit by Elon Musk's SpaceX company, and the first time a crew was made up of entirely non-professional astronauts. The main goal of the spaceflight is to raise $200 million for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, with the crew of 4 spending about 3 days in orbit before planning to splash down off the coast of Florida. Both North and South Korea tested ballistic missiles just hours apart, signaling an intensified arms race in the peninsula yesterday. North Korea fired 2 long-range ballistic missiles off its east coast just 2 days after it tested new long-range cruise missiles that traveled 940 miles. South Korea followed North Korea, conducting its own tests hours later, launching an underwater ballistic missile from a submarine and successfully hitting a designated target. Japan's defense ministry said, quote, North Korea's recent repeated launches of ballistic missiles and other projectiles are a serious problem for Japan and the international community as a whole. An Ithaca man is now in custody after threatening Home Depot employees with a knife after they confronted him about stolen merchandise. Employees claim Richard Andrews of Ithaca pushed a cart full of unpaid merchandise out of the store, and employees followed him with hopes to recover the stolen merchandise, but were instead threatened with a knife. Andrews is being held at the Tompkins County Jail without bond and is charged with robbery and criminal possession of a deadly weapon. All of the stolen merchandise was recovered, and police believe that Andrews is also responsible for a robbery that occurred in early September at another retail store. A 93-year-old woman has become the first fully vaccinated individual in Tompkins County to die of COVID-19. The death marks the 35th in the county since the pandemic began, but is the first death from a person who is fully vaccinated. The Tompkins County Public Health Department says the individual suffered from pre-existing health conditions, which also contributed to their passing. Yesterday, the health department confirmed 2 more deaths, but from individuals who are not vaccinated, bringing the total to 37 COVID-19 deaths in Tompkins County since the pandemic began. As of this morning, the Tompkins County Health Department has confirmed 38 new positive coronavirus cases and 11 active COVID-19 hospitalizations. There are currently 227 active cases in the county. Now let's take a look at your central New York weather. Today will be mostly sunny with a high of 76 and a low of 63. We'll finish out the work week with a high of 82 degrees tomorrow and can expect a mostly sunny weekend with the exception of some midday showers on Saturday. The high temperatures for the week stay in the 80s. For WICB News, I'm Grant Johnson. Make it a great Thursday.